YouTube, how you doing Earthlings? Welcome to part 4 of my future cyberpunk bike I'm calling the Lambeeder bike, because I'm using a rubbish scrap 1/20th scale 1/20th scale Lamborghini Countach model, and I'm using 1/24th scale Tamiya Lamborghini Countach seat and driver, and this is what I've got to so far. I've been doing lots of detailing of my Lambeeder bike, but I can show you exactly where I've got to. Is that going to be? Let's leave it there. Right, yeah, okay, this is, I don't know if you can see all of this, because it's quite, well, the sun blaring in over from this direction, and I've already had to put a bin bag up to block it out, but I don't think it's working that well. Yeah, let me put it there. There we are. Right, you might be able to see this sitting on these, my Stuart Semple 3.0 black wheels, and you can see how black they are compared to the this is my next darkest black, which is charcoal black, but I've also been handling it quite a bit since I've done it. Right, so I've been detailing quite a lot. Let me just get this box out of the way. Right, so I've been doing some detailing, some cyberpunky kind of detailing. Let me just direct the camera down a little bit more. There we are. And I'll go through with what I've done. Right, I took another part of the headphone bit and added a sort of another strut to these suspension pieces here, and I've these are quite sentimental to me. These bits of rubber here, they're off a cord from an old telephone cable that when my dad used to do restoring of the old dial handset phones when he used to work for British Telecom. So those bits that I cut them off, and I used to have them stuck around the necks of my Star Wars figures, and when they've got one of those on around their necks, then they've got a sort of a space helmet on, and they're able to breathe in space. That's what I was using them for. So they're quite a part, a bit of a part that's kind of got a bit of history for me. Right, so I've also added a cable from a hydraulic line or electronics line or something from this part of the bit that holds the wheel into the gubbins inside there. Yeah, I've finished. I used some car body filler to go over this this Daz clay that I've used, because you can see a little bit of the area there where I haven't put the body filler on, but I might still have to treat that. But it's kind of a bit porous, so I go over this body filler, very thin skim over the surface of it, and I rub that down. And I must say I'm very happy with the final result of the all these body lines that I've managed to get and smooth in and produce all of this area around here, all of this area here, and down here and up here and all over the back here. That's all filled, and then I rubbed it down again. As you can see, I've done a bit more rubbing down, and then bits that I've missed out, I've used some black milliput, which thanks to Andy Mecca, I didn't know it existed, but thanks to Andy Mecca I now know it existed. I bought some, and I've filled in some areas where it isn't quite. I wanted this nice sort of a curve here, so I filled in around here, and there's some bits down here that I filled in. I've also, I'm going to have to get a pokey thing, this will do. I've added some metal plates here that are from the underside of a fan in a laptop. I've added some metal chunks here. These were bits from basically a small one of these. So you can take one of these apart, and you've got all of the brass or copper coil there, but these bits are just these flat bits of metal. So a much smaller one of those, and I'll strip that one down and use these bits of metal. I thought they look kind of quite cyberpunky. I've actually noticed this one's come away here, so I'm gonna have to add a bit more glue to that. Re-glue that one down. What else? Coat hanger for these kind of simulated roll cage pieces. These bits were buttons off of a Morphy Richards toaster that I took apart yesterday and the day before. I love to get all the buttons off things. I thought they look quite cool on there. These are pill casing. You know, you squish the pill out, but I don't squish the pill out. I like to cut my bits off and use the shape that's there, and then I've got a bit of a cable coming out and running into the inside there. What else have I done? I've got a bit of metal strip along the front here. I couldn't be bothered to try and get all of this bit straight along here, so I just put a metal strip along there. This, once again, this is from the casing of that same fan housing for a laptop. I actually dropped this yesterday, so some bits have come apart, so I think I've got to re-glue this bit, and I've got to re-glue this bit, that needs re-gluing. Besides that, it all stayed together. What else have I done? Yeah, that's it for my detailing so far. So I'm thinking about just leaving this paint black as it is, and all these bits that are white, just doing silver. Make it look a bit knackered, and then put some transfers and decals and things over the top of it. My seat, I think, looks quite good in there, and this is my driver, complete with helmet. I'm going to give him a visor over his helmet, cover his face up, and he fits in. I thought to myself, oh no, I've put the roll cage on now, I'm not about to get my driver in there, but he still goes in there quite happily. Stick his helmet on, do something with the steering wheel and all that. But yeah, and I've also got a plan for when this is finally made the same shape as this one. I'm going to get a paper template, and then I'm going to have a bit of something or other with holes in it, cut exactly to that shape and sort of put into there, so it's flush with this, but inside this bit here, to make it look like a sort of an air intake sort of thing. And I still don't know what I'm going to do with this bit here, but and there's lots of gubbins going on in here that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. I'm probably just going to leave that. And I'm probably going to have to block off the big gap behind the seat as well. But anyway, that's what I've done so far. It's coming on. I think it'll look quite good when I've got finally get the wheels on there. It'll look quite otherworldly and sci-fi and Cyberpunk 2047y, and yeah. Anyway, I hope you like what I'm doing. Hope you enjoyed that little look at what I've done so far, and I might actually get some video of me doing something on it instead of just this is what I've done so far. I think you know, they're just as interesting, I think, if I'm just showing you what I've done. Anyway, I need to get a drink very quickly, so I'm just going to say goodbye, and thank you very much for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye, and be careful out there. Bye bye.